Hi everybody, and a warm welcome back to MapleLeafCustoms. I'm Andrew, and on the bench today is a 1:62 scale Matchbox Superfast Mod Rod. It was produced from 1971 to 1975 and is part of the original 1:75 series, stamped on the bottom as number 1. I'm not dedicated to one diecast brand or another, and I like to give these quirky ones a shot on the hobby bench too. This one was gifted to me by a friend of the channel and avid viewer, Pop's Reclamation Station from Ontario, Canada. It's the second car I've pulled out of his generous mail call package. Thanks again, Pops, for your patience in waiting for your cars to get their turn. The time has come for number 1. Disassembly is the same as all the different diecast models essentially. Drill out the posts, easy to remove these wheels because of the plastic interior spring system. The old colored windshield with a few scratches, and the engine, which I'm happy to see is intact with no broken exhaust tips, pops out of its little tab quite nicely too. I'm removing the suspension piece from the interior. It'll get fixed up and replaced to serve its same purpose at the end of this job. I want to draw your attention to a couple of special builds. The end of this month is the Four Horsemen Beetle, and in early June, the Diecast International Builders. I'm participating in their 4x4 Invitational. There's lots of different groups out there, and I encourage you to find them, the Three Blind Mice, the Diecast Modelers community in the UK, and get on board with them and get your name and your work out there in front of lots of new viewers. That's how to spread the word and see your channel grow. Speaking of growing channels, I want to invite you to swing by RD Custom Diecast. He does some excellent work, and you're going to see peg hunting, equipment reviews, and most interesting for me are the gadgets and gizmos, like an axle alignment jig tool. Cool stuff. I like to discover these new channels, and I pass them on to you when I do. So make sure you check out Rodney's channel by following the link in the description. I thank you for doing that, and so will he. Paint stripping gel did a beautiful job on the old Superfast, and I apply a couple of different attachments to do some bare metal work. There were no casting lines to be concerned with, so it goes right into degreasing and priming, as does the orange interior, as there's going to be some color changes on the horizon. I also took off the black paint from the chassis and buff that up a little bit. Autosol is a metal polish, similar product to Flitz if you can't find some Flitz anywhere. I've noticed this is prevalent in Europe and all of the hardware stores. Maybe you can find it where you live too. It gives that extra fine shine that we're looking for on these old cars in the process of bringing them back to life. And I beautify it a little bit more with a MLC channel logo on the bottom, as I like to do. There's one that's a little more jazzed up you could find on eBay if you went on a hunt. Now my primed interior is black. I'm going for a two-tone fade on the old number 1, starting with a metallic silver. That doesn't show up wonderfully well here over top of the primer, but you'll see the difference at the very end. They're both Vallejo paints. This one is a metallic Arctic blue, and I'm giving the back half of it the treatment in this color. I'm still trying to perfect the art of the fade, but it's a great effect when done correctly. and it's going to help this old Superfast take a step into the future, which is the right direction to go. Here's how it turned out. I put some clear coat on that and left it overnight. The next couple of cars are colored windshields, so I vacuum form 3 at a time. This is the orange one that's going to be replaced with clear. The decal process begins by laying down some white blank decals, over top of which I apply the monochromatic black and white ones, and now you'll see the number 7 is on a white background instead of silver. That's the reason for this two-step process. And I make up my own decals, and I put a little Speedy brand on there to dress it up a little bit. Remember, these are going to be toys for kids, and the kids aren't purists, so away with the old yellow paint scheme and the roaring lion on the hood, and I think this will make a more interesting toy for the next generation of carpet racers. Looking very nice. I'm swapping out the original Superfast red wheels because, yeah. And I printed my own set of fatties, but Andrew, do these 3D printed wheels work? They sure do. Now it's time for a little bit of detail painting. Not too much, but I start with a silver base on these taillights. Did the side view mirrors, did the license plate, and now I'm going to put just a dot of clear red Tamiya into the taillights using this fingernail painting tool. Just got a little ball tip on it, and it's perfect for this kind of application. Look at that. It's the end of the process, and the fun part of putting it all back together begins. I've already replaced the refurbished engine. Vacuum form windshield rests in there and will be held in place in part by the plastic interior. I make sure the new axles and wheels are properly balanced and seated well, and they are. And of course, the 3 screws which were pre-fitted go back in and everything's nice and tight and secure. Let's have a closer look at the Mod Rod number 1 with a 2-tone fade on there, looking very sharp. I like the new decals. I think they modernize it in just the right way. The 3D printed wheels I left blacked out, sort of a racing look. Refurbed engine, new windshield. It's all a total transformation. Here's the original classic number 1, the way I started with it. Very bold in yellow and red. And here's how it rolls off the bench at the finish line. I like this Speedy racing sponsor on it. It's got the same stance and rake as the original did. They had a lot of fun with this, making such a drastic cosmetic change to it for the most part. I invite you to leave a respectful comment below and tell me what you think of this transformation, and tell me where you're watching from. I make up a custom blister pack and lock this one away. There's a certificate of authenticity on the back of each one of these, and a couple of sponsor labels. And I'm going to put this in a box, which is now full, which means I'm ready to make another trip to the Goodwill store and hand deliver these where they'll be distributed as free gifts for little boys and girls. Thanks for visiting my channel today. I'll welcome you back soon and often, I hope. It's coffee time.